Good evening. Thanks for joining us on the news at 8. Today, the 12th day of April 2022. I am Chin Omahi. First, the headlines. Honorable Onibodi cries impending disaster over exposure of pipeline in Abia community, accuses NNPC and others of inaction. Southeast must be allowed to rule in 2023, says Peter Obi. I'm tired of ASU strikes over disagreements with the federal government, says Chris Ngige. We'll take commercials and be right back with the details. Stay connected. Welcome back. Now the details. A leading governorship aspirant in Abia State on the platform of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, Sir Chikwe Udensi, has said there was need to dislodge godfatherism in Abia politics if the state would go beyond its present level of development. Speaking in Umuahia, Udensi emphasized the need to change what he called the trajectory of bad governance in Abia State, which he said was occasioned by godfatherism. Udensi said his party, the APGA, is open to welcoming new members, noting that the more the membership of the party, the better. The member representing Ikuano Umuahia Federal Constituency of Abia State, Honorable Sam Onibo, has said, despite repeated efforts by him to ensure that an impending catastrophic experience is averted following exposure of pipeline caused by erosion sites in Umuanwa, Umuapara in Umuahia South local government area of the state. The NNPC, PPMC and other relevant authorities have refused to take this necessary action. The Senate on Tuesday passed for first reading a bill to reduce extreme poverty, safeguard vulnerable groups and implement social protection systems and measures in the country through the establishment of social welfare services. The bill, which was the third order of Tuesday's plenary, seeks to establish a welfare service department in all branches of the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs across the 30 states of the country and the Federal Capital Territory. Peter Obi, a former governor of Anambra State and presidential aspirant under the platform of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has appealed that the southeast region of the country should be allowed to produce the next president of the country. This was made known by Obi during a meeting with the delegates and other leaders of the party at the PDP secretariat in Abeokuta, Ogun State. Labour and Employment Minister Chris Ngige has said he is tired of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, going on a strike every time there is a disagreement with the federal government. The minister said this in a statement yesterday in Abuja by the head of press and public relations, Patience Onuabia, after a meeting with members of the government's team on the 2009 federal government university-based unions agreements renegotiation committee led by its chairman, Professor Nimi Briggs. Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambuwal, former president of the Senate, Bukola Saraki, and his Bauchi State counterpart, Bala Mohammed, on Monday held a consultative meeting with the Bayelsa State Governor, Doye Diri. Saraki, while speaking with journalists at the end of the meeting in Government House, Yenegua, confirmed the consensus building on who will emerge as the party's flag bearer for the 2023 presidential election was working. The immediate past Senate president, who is a presidential aspirant on the platform of the PDP, said they were also working to hold consultations with other aspirants from the party. Laolu Akande, the senior special assistant to the vice president on media and publicity, has stated that President Muhammadu Buhari's tenure made commendable strides in the areas of infrastructure, ease of doing business, and security. The assertion was made on Monday by Akande via an interview on Arise News Night. According to him, Vice President Osinbajo's bid for the country's top job is meant to consolidate the gains made in the past 7 years. The Islamic movement in Nigeria has asked the National Human Rights Commission to prevail on the federal government to release the international passports of the supreme leader, Sheikh Ibrahim, and his wife. The group, while staging a protest at the head office of the commission on Monday in Abuja, accused the government of gross violation of the fundamental human rights of the couple. Resident Electoral Commissioner in Akwa Ibom State, Mike Igini, has disclosed that politicians may spend money to sabotage the provisions of the Electoral Act 2022 on conducting elections using electronic means during the 2023 general election. Igini expressed worry over voter apathy in Nigeria, attributing it to the inability of political parties and candidates to deliver on their promises. On foreign scene, Russian President Vladimir Putin has said his country's military goals in Ukraine are noble and will be achieved according to Russian state news agency TASS. Speaking at the Voshin Cosmodrome in eastern Russia on Tuesday, where he was meeting with Belarusian leader Alexander, Putin said the special operation in Ukraine was the right step as Russia had no other choice. While on sports, Premier League club Leicester City are working to make Ademola Lookman's loan from RB Leipzig permanent. Report says Lookman linked up with the Foxes from Leipzig on a season-long loan deal last summer. The Nigerian international has impressed at the King Power Stadium despite the array of attacking talents at the club. And that brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the major headlines. Honorable Onibo decries impending disaster over exposure of pipeline in Abia community, accuses NNPC and others of inaction. Southeast must be allowed to rule in 2023, says Peter Obi. I'm tired of ASU strikes over disagreements with the federal government, says Chris Ngige. For these and many more, log onto our website at www.abntv.com.ng or follow us on any of our social media platforms displayed on your screen. Do have a lovely night rest. I am Chinyere Umahi.